Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are on week 7 of our 300 horsepower NA Ecotec Burnout Car build. As you can see, we've got the motor in now. We've got everything all ready to run. We just sort of got to bolt it all together, do some final checks. So we've got a little list here. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video, and hopefully we get it started today. So we've got a brand new Delphi DFI because I figured on this motor I'd like to run all brand new sensors. And something I've never had to do before is apply thermal paste on an ignition module, but it's got to be done. It even says there, failure to apply of thermal paste grease will void warranty. That's a very weird way to word it, but that's how they've done it. And we got brand new genuine coils as well. Got everything, all the sensors, everything all brand new and genuine, just to make sure we don't have any random issues. So we'll jump to time lapse. We're going to install all this now. This is the belt size we have to run, no aircon, and we have these oversized pulleys to slow down the power steering, water pump, and the alternator. Because they don't like high RPM, they don't like to stay there. Alright, so for fuel, we are using 710cc excess injectors. They are out of, they were bought for an LS2, so we need spaces for them. And the reason we went excess, I guess, is because one, we had them, but also because they are matched, so we can take the best 6. Alright, gonna get some E85 in her. Green V85, get some corn juice in her, and we're gonna prepare for first startup. We'll see how the tune goes. They've completely winged the tune. Hopefully it starts up and idles, but again, winged it, have no idea, we'll find out. Alright, so we've got the NVRAM in here for real-time tuning. We're going to now wire up the race pack, and we can't actually run the race pack on this chip because there's way too much data on the bus and we can't actually communicate with the NVRAM while the race pack is running, if that's the case. So We're going to use this little chip here. We're going to clone the tune when it's done, and we're going to put it on here. But this chip here has code patches to be able to run the race pack dash. And like I said, the reason is because there's too much data on the bus to communicate with the NVRAM. Whereas with this one, we're never really going to be communicating with it over the bus, being a VT, so it's all good. So we can constantly spam the data out. Alright, so this is our start panel we're going to have in there with the nitrous. You can see the nitrous panel there. This is all broken. I smashed it, pulling it apart. But oh well, here's what it is. We'll fix that. But the reason we need this is because there is no ignition. It's all drilled out because this was an abandoned vehicle and it was bought from the auctions. And look at the race pack sitting all pretty in there as well. And our VE wheel. But we'll get into a lot of wiring and stuff. And this is one of the things that's going to be needed to start the car.
Oh, I know why. Neutral safety switching. So I've got to jump to the. Oh, but and I want to do it by the key so I can shut it off.
Can you turn it off there, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to jump it.
Yeah, where's that needle nose?
But the Commodores are different. 30, quite alright. Everything that we need plugged. Oh, I know what it'll be.
No math?
Yeah, the map
No math.
and the big hole in the plenum.
When to go? Yeah.
I did spray some brake cleaner in, Hey, we're starting.
Yes, please.
Put the key on.
Go now.
Spray it. What did you spray in it?
Brake cleaner.
Oh, fuck, kidding. Steve will love it. Crank it.
Tune's still a bit off, so she's going to be a bit rough. So we are still hard at work on this one. We've successfully driven it from there to here in its own power, so it's a good start. This is our final night to hopefully get its power cruise. We'll see how we go. So we're just doing some wiring and stuff now. So that because this was a abandoned vehicle. So there we go. Running under its own steam. Starts. Everything seems to work. So we're still working on it now, but we'll continue and see where we end up. 11 o'clock at night on D-Day, and we are still wiring and fucking around, and got heaps to go yet. Tuning. Here's what happens when you have to improvise last minute. Tubbs actually had to make these brackets on the guillotine, and had to tap these nuts to suit the thread of that. That's how much we are trying to get this done. Gauge is looking all pretty in our Mako surround here. So we've got the AFR, dual bank, and the oil pressure on this side. Now the reason we're running the oil pressure and AFRs external is because I've patched the factory ECU to handle all this data. So the race pack will be all data from the factory ECU. These have to be external because obviously the factory ECU doesn't have them. Yeah, if you want. Alright, it is midnight and it is pretty much the last day we had for prep. We've got all our gauges, everything in. Car is running but needs to be tuned. We've got a few things to still look at, so we'll probably get to them during the week. It's a tight deadline, but we're still trying. it's Wednesday night, the final night before Power Cruise. We've only, looks like we might just finish it. As you see, we just did a test skid. Everything seems all good. Tune seems to be pretty good. So, loaded up Power Cruise tomorrow and hopefully get it there.